Snow brings out my inner child. Every time a winter storm happens, I get excited, like really excited. Sometimes so bad that I can hardly even sleep. It's 4 in the morning, and thanks to this wonderful snow, I can see just fine with this camera. That's awesome. Yeah, I'd say we're dealing with about at least 6 inches of snow here.
Probably.
And it's still coming down a little bit. It's a lot lighter than it was. New Year's Day dawned with central Oklahoma looking like the stuff of Bing Crosby's dreams. The winter storm dropped widespread totals of 4 to 6 inches across the state, but the bullseye was right at home this time. Canadian County got almost 10 inches in a few spots, and that meant I had to go out and get video of the OKT operating in the snow. It's 7-something in the morning, it's still snowing, and for some reason or another, we're still gonna go out and get trains because I think we might have some diagnosable form of insanity. The old saying goes, make videos while the snow is still falling, or something like that.
This might be a bad idea.
At daybreak, roads were in bad shape. Even main routes like US 81 haven't been plowed or salted. If we didn't have a truck with 4-wheel drive, we wouldn't be out here at all. Right as we get to the tracks, the voice of good news comes on the radio.
This change, Warful number 9942 is currently addressed to the UP9015, GSCCWR30. Now change to read Warful number 8120, 8120, address UP2749, WTSAX31 at Dover. Over.
At Dover.
From what I could make out of that transmission, it looks like there's a train in Dover, about 40 miles to the north. No idea on the direction, but if my luck holds out, it'll be here in about an hour. Sure enough, about an hour later,
There he is.
this is the first time I've had to deal with 2 cameras before. I just picked up a Nikon Z50 a month ago, which together with my old D3300 gives me the flexibility to record multiple angles at once, and do it in 4K. As the train comes downhill into El Reno, he has to put on the brakes because of the yard limits and interlocking at milepost 400. Maximum speed, 20 miles per hour. Oh my goodness, I'm cold. That was worth it, though. That was like that snow shot we got back in 2019. Just nothing compared to what we just got here, because it was actually in daylight. Only snow shot we've ever gotten in daylight with full snow on the ground.
Finally happened.
Totally worth getting out here and risking it for the biscuit today. So I guess the thinking right now is hopefully that train will be going slow enough that we can catch up to it at some point along the way south toward Chickasha. Knowing our Lucky's going to be going track speed because they don't have to worry about traction as much as we do when it snows. Them, they might get a little wheel slip. We get a little wheel slip, we go into the ditch, and we're done. Roads are improving a little as the morning wears on, but we can't keep up with the train because we can only go as fast as the slowest driver on the road. The train easily beat us to Chickasha, but the regular crew change stop at the junction gives us our shot. Stillwater Central crosses the OKT next to the crew change point. The snow on the rails shows that SLWC hasn't been through here recently, probably shut down thanks to the holiday. The manifest leaves town, revealing a grain shuttle tied down on the main. This train was cut at a crossing further south and wouldn't move for the rest of the day. Another train just like it was tied down further north at Minko, which makes me think that the railroad shelves lower priority trains like these empty grain movements on holidays. The action died down for several hours and the snow started melting off in Chickasha. So we went back north to where it was still below freezing and more snow was on the ground.
I went in his window. It was down. Oh, man.
Read back up Alamorno 76-20, and we will let you know about that vehicle there. Thank you. Thank you.
Back in El Reno, our next train is local LVO 55, who just made a set out in Jones Yard. Here they are rolling through neighborhoods onto the Oklahoma City sub for the last leg of their trip. The long string of auto racks on this train is bound for a transloader on the east side of Oklahoma City. These used to come in on their own unit trains, but lower vehicle sales and precision scheduled railroading abolished the old unit trains and rolled them into the locals' work orders. After getting nearly no sleep the night before, that was all I could handle for one day. Okay, so it's the second day of snowfall, and it's already starting to go away. It's now sunset. The snow's been melting all day long, but we're going to try to get one more shot of a train in the snow before all this winter wonderland goes away. We've been out here for a couple hours. It's right about sunset. We finally heard the dispatcher call, I believe, for something coming north out of Chickasha about 15 minutes ago, something like that. So that's hopefully that will be here before it gets too dark to work with. Maybe the snow will help light things up just enough to make it work with the cameras after dark, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. It wasn't 5 minutes. In a ritual as old as this pasture, the cattle take flight from the approaching freight train. It's actually a southbound coming toward Chickasha. More mixed freight traffic, probably the Wichita to San Antonio manifest. Well, that ain't good. least she landed in the snow. Still recording. How about that? This is what I get for using my old, cheap, flimsy tripod too close to a speeding freight train. Well, that's one for the blooper reel. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.